GIZ and Prembly are hosting the 2023 Fintech Square. Fintech is a concept that became popular post-2008 financial crisis, as this innovative technology was able to assist businesses to find innovative means to finance households and SMEs during that crisis period. We're now joined via Zoom by Kenneth Matomola, who is the Chief Executive Officer of NAMFISA. So good evening and welcome to the Daily Roundup.
Good evening, Nina, and good evening, viewers.
Mr. Matomola, perhaps you can start with briefly speaking to us about fintech and the importance of creating, this platform for the financial sector in the digital space.
When we refer to fintech, in full, this is financial technology, where it's commonly known as fintech. It refers to technology that works together, enhancing and automating delivery and use of financial services. In other words, it refers to softwares, mobile applications, and other technologies created with a specific objective of improving and automating traditional way of doing business for institutions and consumers in the financial sector. And for fintech to be successful, there is a need for collaboration of all role players. By role players, I refer to the consumers, the innovators, the regulated entities, which these are financial institutions that offer financial services and products, the investors, and ourselves as the regulator, that we need to form a digital ecosystem. And that is very, very important. So when we collaborate, as all as the role players, we can better understand the digital technology landscape, as well as the challenges and the risks that fintech poses, that we can together manage the risks that are able to emerge and to mitigate those risks. And that's why it's important for us to have these intervention like our Fintech Square.
We'll talk about Fintech Square in a bit, but the four main fintech areas that are of particular interest because of the rapid pace at which they're growing are digital lending, blockchain solutions, and digital asset management. Briefly expand on these for us.
When we look at those concepts, maybe I start with the digital lending. Digital lending is a type of loan acquisition method that allows consumers to apply for a loan or to receive a loan through online platform without having to visit the lending institution physically where you go to its office. And these platforms enables the borrowers to complete the entire loan application process, receive the loan, and make payments online. And this form of lending has become so increasingly popular, and since it offers convenience and flexibility to the consumer. And when we look at blockchain technology, this can be referred as the advanced mechanisms that allows transparent information sharing within a given network. A blockchain can be referred to as a database that stores data in blocks that are linked to each other in a chain. And this data is chronologically consistent because you cannot delete or modify a chain without the consensus of the network. As a result, you can use blockchain technology to create an automated ledger for various applications. But when you look at the digital assets management, this is referred to as a business process, as well as an information management technology, which creates centralized system for organization to organize and access their assets. So that's how those items can be differentiated.
Now, talk to us about NAMFISA's innovation station, Fintech, which you alluded to, Fintech Square, which you alluded to earlier.
The NAMFISA Fintech Square was born out of the vision that the authority had, where we want to connect NAMFISA with the leading technological players in the Namibian non-banking financial sector, as well as the users of financial services. So we have that vision that let's connect the two so that they are able to benefit from that. So the platform that we have, that is the Fintech Square, assists players, including ourselves as the regulator, to better understand the technologies and the digital transformation in the non-banking sector, so that we could help to promote innovation within the financial system. When we look at this NAMFISA Fintech Square, which we are hosting now, there are two important initiatives. Firstly, the Fintech Square is the platform from which NAMFISA Regulatory Sandbox is launched and operated. And secondly, the Fintech Square hosts annual thematic events which are relevant for all topics that relates to financial technology and digital transformation. As I have said, the way fintech stakeholders are connected. So that is the most important initiatives about our Fintech Square, where one is the platform where we have a regulatory sandbox, which is a framework that we can use to ensure that people are able to go in there and test their technologies with the live clients, but in a managed environment. Mm-hmm. And that's where innovators as well as consumers can meet. So that is the main objective about that.
Well, Mr. Matomola, of course, the digital space is not exempted from risks. So what risks does the fintech solutions pose to consumers, and also what benefits does it offer to the Namibian economy?
If you look at that, as you might be aware that the financial evolution is moving at a rapid pace. And it is imperative that there is a conducive environment that is availed to us so that we can benefit from these opportunities that are brought to the fore by these innovations. But at the same time, the risks that are accompanying these innovations also need to be mitigated and managed. We have learned from the Fintech Square 2022 event, where we could connect with the innovators and we could gauge and see what are the fintech advancements and understand the needs of the Namibian innovators in the non-banking sector. Mm-hmm. And from those lessons, then we can confidently say that this innovation are highly valued in the Namibian environment. And as the innovators, they need those platforms on how they can show their innovation, where they can connect with the clients. And we have seen that there is a rapid change in the economic landscape. And for this, we are for sure know that digitalization and technological advancement is continuing and it's here to stay. So we just need to embrace that.
Thank you.
And I have no doubt.
Mr. Matomola, thank you so much for your time and thank you for joining us this evening here on the Daily Roundup.
You are most welcome.
That was Mr. Kenneth Matomola, the CEO of NAMFISA, speaking to us. We'll be right back shortly.